have to express your freedom in some way that you're therefore not inciting people. Yeah?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get it.
Yes.
That's what it means. So I wanted you to have a look. Wow, your internet today in the morning. It is quite something.
It is.
So do you follow some of the bloggers who've been arrested in the country of late?
I do.
Yeah?
I do. Oh yeah.
Freedom of expression. Do we have it?
I do.
It's gonna load finally.
Hopefully.
Is it because of the rain? I hear that when you have the rains, then internet becomes a bit faster. Yes. Yeah, scientific. I don't know how to explain it.
I don't know. I've had it with you.
Yeah.
I was today years old.
When you had okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't
fantastic. So now, as we wait for it to load up, if you are not essentially inciting, then you can say anything that you want to do. And if you don't go against a government directive, you get it. So probably right now, you're not allowed, Stephanie Waso, to tell people, please go out past 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Essentially what you're doing, you're going against a gazetted notice for the common good of the people of Kenya.
Yes.
That will come for you.
Okay, yeah.
you get it.
Yeah, I do.
But you can say anything that you want to say around that. You can say, I don't support it from your house.
Yes.
We should not do this from your house.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yes.
It's that way is exactly what people are talking about.
Yes.
That as a creative, you don't break any law. You can write a book today as a creative. Yeah. That pretty much doesn't mean that you're breaking a law from sort of like a gazetted document. You can be creative from that. Yeah. Today you can talk about the disadvantages of working from home.
Yeah.
And you're not inciting, you're creative, you're expressing your creative thoughts, and now won't be trouble.
True.
Yeah?
True.
So that's why now there's a whole conversation, and Babu tell you Twitter's been going crazy nowadays. Wow. That tells you really people at home.
For sure.
Anything you do today will go on Twitter and you start trending. Now, that is exactly what the conversation is about. That how does an artist break a certain gazetted law?
And true. I think that's where we need
It's a very thin line.
There is.
It's a very thin line. Because I would say, well, you're not the one who called Stephanie Waswa. I was singing about another Stephanie Waswa. Yeah? I don't know how, you say when you say a synonym and a metaphor, when you're both using them in a song or a writer. Yeah? When you say, wow, Stephanie Waswa is like porridge this morning, I'll probably not have a word to say against you because you're expressing your creative process.
For sure.
That is what we're talking about from this morning. All right, thank you very much for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah? Anyway, Stephanie Waswa, take us to the next part of the show.
We're going to take a short commercial break, but when we come back, we'll have the economic review with Simba Elijah Charles Kage. Continue watching Metropol TV.
Are you an SME looking to grow? At African Guarantee Fund, we believe in the potential of SMEs to drive Africa's growth. While SMEs make up over 80% of Africa's private sector, lack of adequate financing presents a huge barrier to their growth. Our goal is to bridge this financing gap by enabling financial institutions scale up their SME financing towards promotion of economic development and poverty reduction in Africa. Operating in over 40 countries, we have availed more than $2 billion throughout Africa, impacting over 20,000 SMEs, most of which are run by youth and women. Our commitment to empowering women-owned and led SMEs has allowed us to implement the Affirmative Finance Action for Women in Africa, AFAWA, which has a strong financial backing from G7 countries and African Development Bank. We take a strong focus in green financing through our Green Guarantee Facility, boosting the continent's efforts towards climate change mitigation and adaptation. Our very strong AA- rating by Fitch Ratings reflects our financially solid shareholders, strong capital position, and proven business model, and making us an employer of choice. Partner with us today and let's drive Africa's growth. African Guarantee Fund, a guarantee for African growth.
The work that goes into preparation of a business story is special. It demands detail without waver.
The SME contribution to the Kenyan economy is immense. Data, more data, right? According to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, nearly 400,000 SMEs. And how many died? 2.2 million? We have it.
Now to give you more perspective
on the state of SMEs in the country, we're joined live
in 3, 2,
on 1, we're live.
SME contribution to the Kenyan economy has immensely grown from 13% in 1993 to nearly 30% in the year 2018, according to the Central Bank of Kenya. Now, in a 2016 survey done by the Kenya National
My
Bureau
name is Ndiro Ganga, and this is Metropol TV.
Markets Today is a place you need to be every single day on Metropol TV. We give you access to insights with regards to the financial market. What is happening? Where are people making money? Where are people losing money? And where do you need to place your money? We speak to the decision makers in this industry, the chief executive officers, the chief finance officers, permanent secretaries, people in the cabinet.
Money is starting to circulate.
Central banks globally are trying to offset that.
Consumer spending patterns.
Now let's look at the numbers.
We've not raised a single shilling of new equity capital.
To understand where is your money going to actually grow in the near term.
The market in which financial securities are exchanged, are traded.
On Metropol TV, and I am your host, Bithe Mwema, and see you then.
Why is it important to start your business fit? Because business is demanding. Your body needs to be ready. Successful business persons always seek to help us before the money. So join me, Douglas Karanja, on Shape Up.
Every day at 6 a.m. on Metropol TV.
Managing your finances starts with questions. Where do I put my money? What opportunities are available for my money? What ratios should go into savings, spending, and leisure, if you may? Now, trying to answer all these questions can sometimes mean you have to understand concepts like savings, loans, forex, stock markets, and sometimes politics, and honestly, sometimes it can get a bit overwhelming.
On Eye on the Money, we take you through intelligent investment and finance management decisions so that you keep track of every coin that comes out of your pocket.
It's agriculture that is the key driver of the Kenyan economy.
Anakuletea na kuzia bei ya chini na wewe inabidi pia uzie customer na bei ile ya chini.
For fresh beans, I can say it actually brings a good income.
Kama ni gunia moja iko na 200 pieces, so hiyo shilingi 5 times 200.
Actually, rainwater is the best for crops.
Whether rain-fed or using rivers to irrigate.
Tunapanga kuweka drip line kwa shamba.
We had thought that we could pump the water with solar.
Different farmers have shared their stories on how they're turning produce to profit.
Akipata kama miti 300 hivi
atakuwa akiokota pesa kama majani.
This is money eating me. All this we have extensively covered.
This is a test greenhouse. I put it up to see if we can produce organic tomato. I'm not lying, it's very sweet.
And different things that farmers are doing to make profit from produce.
Kuamua ukulima wa makadamia ilikuwa ni kama ndoto.
We are still growing.
Weka mbolea vizuri inakuwa kitu ya kukusaidia.
These are net caps.
Other than the French beans you can see, we also have veggies.
Assume the reason why you're using hydroponics is because of the soil-borne problem.
Catch us every week on the Farm Journal here on Metropol TV. This is the Farm Journal.
Do you want to know what makes a business successful? Capital. It starts with working capital to fulfill your obligations for, let's say, 1 year. And when you're ready to expand and maybe you may not have the necessary resources, then you take on debt capital, which you can take from a bank or from somebody else if it's money. And when you grow and you want to expand your business even further, you could take on equity capital by listing your business on a private or public market, and then people invest in the shares. On the Capital Point, we rely on data and insights from business leaders from across the economic divide who are at the top of the capital ladder so that your capital investments are well informed. At this time on Metropol Television.
I've sat on many benches, many seats, visited different offices, seen different women in their different elements.
I have always been fighting for inclusion. That is why I was fighting even in the bank.
Women in different capacities.
Me, my life is so... I think we waste a lot of time as people here sometimes.
Women who have experienced it all.
Who is Esther? When you're a CEO, there are so many responsibilities that lie with you.
And yet, nothing says how strong.
I need to get my money.
How resilient.
I said I did not die.
How willed they are.
I had never heard of this model of business before.
Like
the boss lady.
Because.
Boss lady.
The boss lady.
The boss lady. Boss lady. This is the boss lady.
Indeed, this is the boss lady. Catch new episodes every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m.
Now, welcome back to Business AM. This is Metropol TV. My name is Simba Elijah Charles Kiage. We are joined by Abraham Madhogo. He's going to take us through the biggest economic headlines that you should get to know about the economy today. Now, President Uhuru Kenyatta has now said that Kenyans' lack of seriousness has turned out to be his government's biggest challenge in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. In a radio interview on Wednesday morning, Mr. Kenyatta said many Kenyans are deliberately taking lightly the threat of COVID-19. Now, the president indicated that Kenya expects to be testing as many as 2,000 people a day by the weekend, with the focus being on targeted estates where many cases have been reported. He also indicated that health workers will be included in the testing following up to the one concluded at the Kenya Ports Authority. Kenya is now testing as many as 1,000 people per day in 24 hours, with the numbers expected to increase. Abraham, good morning. Now, the president thinks that you and I are the problem to fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. Do you concur? Talk to me though from the perspective of we've been getting reported cases of people escaping these self-isolation centers. Is that not where we should also question the government as to why that is going on? Now, the other conversation that we're looking at this, Abraham, this morning is the announcement by Treasury that they have already spent 40 billion